Welcome to Module 6, Fire and Electrical Safety. This is the functional policy that operates under HSE and governs every fire and electrical risk at TeamFit. All 5 centers are classified as Assembly Occupancy, Group D under the National Building Code 2016, which carries the highest level of fire safety obligations. We have 6 topics. First, Emergency Exit Discipline and Evacuation Leadership, what the CMFC does when the alarm sounds. Second, Fire Equipment, Signage, and Drill Records, the BIS standards we operate to. Third, the Hot Work Permit System, 24-hour advance FD approval, 0 exceptions. Fourth, LOTO, Lockout Tagout, and the Zero Tolerance Disciplinary Mapping. Fifth, the Statutory Audit Landscape, Fire NOC, CEA Compliance, Karnataka Fire Regulations. And sixth, the Deviation Approval Matrix, what is permitted, what is never permitted. This is the module where breaches have life safety consequences and the disciplinary framework runs all the way to Level 5, Police Case. Let's begin. Topic 1. Emergency Exit Discipline and Evacuation Leadership. The moment an alarm sounds at any TeamFit center, a 10-step procedure begins. Step 1. Any person can activate the manual call point, the MCP, to trigger the alarm. Step 2. The SAM or CMFC immediately calls the fire department on 101 with 3 pieces of information: location, nature of the fire, and number of persons on premises. Step 3. The CMFC assumes the role of incident controller. There is no separate fire warden at TeamFit. The CMFC leads. They issue a clear, calm verbal evacuation instruction. Step 4. All staff guide members to the nearest exit. Housekeeping sweeps their area and confirms no one remains. Step 5. Vulnerable persons are assisted. Step 6. And this is critical. Staircases only. Elevators are banned for every single person, including members, staff, vendors, and visitors. Step 7. Firefighting only by trained staff, only on a small contained fire, and only if safe. Step 8. Formal headcount at the designated assembly point by the CMFC, target full assembly within 3 minutes of alarm. Step 9. The CMFC reports headcount to SAM and facilities, and any missing person is reported to the fire department on arrival. Staff do not re-enter the building under any circumstance. And Step 10. Re-entry only after official clearance, with the authorization recorded by email to the FM and FD. That email record is mandatory. Topic 2. Fire Equipment, Signage, and Drill Records. Every TeamFit center must have 7 categories of static fire safety installations in place, functional, and verified daily. Fire exit doors, at least 2 independent routes per floor under NBC 2016, unobstructed at all times. Emergency exit signage, illuminated and directional, to BIS IS 9457. Emergency lighting, minimum 90-minute backup. Fire extinguishers, type and placement per BIS IS 2190. Fire alarm panel and manual call points. Smoke and heat detectors in all zones. And assembly point signage visible from every exit route. Now the critical extinguisher rule, Code 2 on all electrical and equipment fires. DCP must not be used in electrical rooms or near live panels. Using the wrong extinguisher on an electrical fire creates an electrocution risk. Now drills. TeamFit conducts a biannual mock fire drill, minimum, at every center, run jointly by facilities and the CMFC. Every drill includes a structured debrief, a kappa plan, and a remedial drill if the original fails. And finally, records. Mock drill records, extinguisher service records, and incident reports are retained for 5 years. Hot work permits for 3 years. Daily inspection logs for 2 years. The fire NOC is kept current plus 3 prior cycles. Every one of these is audit producible. Topic 3. The Hot Work Permit System. Hot work is any activity that generates heat, flame, or sparks welding, gas cutting, grinding, brushing, soldering. It is the highest risk maintenance category at TeamFit and the controls are strict. The PTW process has 6 gates. First, 24 hours before any hot work, the FM must secure written FD approval by email with SAM and CMFC copied. Second, immediately before work, the FM or HK supervisor confirms 4 pre-work conditions: extinguisher in place, no flammables within 5 meters, vendor PPE complete, exits clear. Third, a formal permit to work is issued, scope, location, exact time window, assigned extinguisher type, and an expiry time. Fourth, on site, the FM or HK supervisor must be physically present throughout all hot work, not just at the start. Fifth, post work, the FM inspects for any smoldering materials, fire risk, or structural damage. And sixth, the permit is closed with photographs sent to the FD by email and the record filed on both TeamFit and KEKA. Now the zero tolerance side. Hot work without a permit is not permitted under any authority, any urgency. If a vendor commences without a permit, level 3 to level 4 discipline, suspension to termination, blacklisting on repeat. And if a CMFC or SAM allowed or failed to stop unpermitted hot work, level 4 ZTP, immediate termination. The supervisory staff bear full accountability for gatekeeping the permit. There is no exception, no waiver, no commercial urgency that overrides this. Topic 4. LOTO. Lockout Tagout. This is the mandatory energy isolation procedure for every electrical maintenance activity at TeamFit, HVAC, UPS DG, lighting, gym equipment, panel work. 8 steps in strict sequence. Step 1. Notify CMFC and facilities. Step 2. Identify all energy sources using the single line diagram, the SLD. If the SLD is missing, work does not proceed. Step 3. Isolate, performed only by a qualified electrician under CA Safety Regulations 2010. Step 4. Physical lockout device applied to the breaker in the off position. Step 5. Tag with Do Not Energize, Maintenance in Progress, person's name, date and time. Step 6. Verify with a voltage tester to confirm zero energy. Independent verification, not assumption. Step 7. Work proceeds only after verification. Step 8. Restore in reverse order, with CMFC notified before re-energizing. Now the zero tolerance mapping. Working on a live electrical circuit without LOTO, level 4 ZTP, immediate termination for all staff and vendors. No deviation permitted. Electrical work by an unqualified or unlicensed person, level 3 to level 4. Hot work without permit by vendor, level 3 to level 4 with blacklisting on repeat. And a CMFC or SAM who allowed unpermitted hot work, level 4 ZTP, immediate termination. The principle is simple. Life safety obligations have life-changing consequences if breached. Final topics: statutory audits and the deviation matrix. 5 statutory audits run on a defined calendar at TeamFit. Fire extinguishers under BIS IS 2190, annual refill and pressure check. Fire alarm and detection under NBC 2016, half-yearly plus annual full test. Electrical DB and wiring under CEA 2010, annual thermal imaging plus earthing test. Diesel generator under CEA 2010, annual load test plus logbook. And the fire NOC under the Karnataka Fire Services Act, landlord renews, but TeamFit tracks validity and escalates delays. All certificates retained for 5 years. Now the deviation matrix, and this is the most important slide in the entire module. 4 things are never permitted under any circumstance. Hot work without a permit, no authority, no urgency can override this. Working on a live electrical circuit without LOTO, absolute prohibition, ZTP violation. PPE exemption, statutory employer duty, cannot be waived. And emergency protocol deviation, statutory duty of care. What IS permitted with approval? Genuine emergency electrical work during a breakdown can proceed with simultaneous CMFC and facilities notification. But LOTO is still mandatory, and the permit is issued retrospectively the same day. Drill postponement up to 30 days requires director operations plus facilities approval. To wrap up, fire and electrical safety is governed by the most rigorous controls in the entire policy library. The CMFC leads evacuation. Code 2 on electrical fires, never DCP. Biannual drills, 5-year retention. Hot work needs 24-hour FD approval and constant supervision. LOTO has 8 non-negotiable steps, and any breach of live work or unpermitted hot work leads to termination. Take a moment to answer the 4 knowledge check questions. When you're ready, proceed to Module 7, KRA 4, Preventive Maintenance.